Monday Night Football never looked so bad. MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football, taking a look at Louisville 2019 next. MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. We rank all the schedules. That's all the 70 Power 5 schedules, all the way up to number 1. We've arrived at schedule number 25. And the Louisville Cardinals could have had the worst and easiest schedule in the Power 5 last season. I don't know that it would have helped them. They were that bad. They were Rutgers, Oregon State, Kansas, bad. Almost lost to Western Kentucky. Couldn't win a game in the ACC. Were blown out. Gave up 60-some points to Georgia Tech. We're just awful every week in, week out at 2-10. Tumbling from a team that's been ranked close to the top 25 over the last decade in Bobby Petrino's swan song, and quite a sad swan song for him, as he is accustomed to do at these various coaching stops for him. All right, it's Scott Satterfield's job now, and there's new life and new hope in the program. Subscribe to our channel if you love college football. If you have yet to look over the videos, we've got over 8,000. Check them out. Check out the position previews as we scan the Power 5. We set you up for 2019 like nobody else. Best discussion, debate, and analysis right here. So lock it in. But please check out the videos first. And hopefully you will find a home right here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. Grab the Amazon link in the description section below to help us build the channel. You don't have to buy anything extra. Don't have to pay an extra penny. Just do your regular shopping using that link. And also, I can't express to you how much fun it's going to be when we really crank up with the 2 exclusive live streams that we have available for you at the Voice of College Football community. We want you to be part of the community where you can come on once a week and talk to me directly, the voice of college football, and also another live stream each week in which I respond, react, initially, haven't seen the comments before, my initial reaction to your viewer comments, which at last check was upwards of 40,000. So thank you. 40,000 comments this year to date, to MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. All right, let's talk some Louisville football. I guess we must. Monday night, the opener, September 2nd against Notre Dame. That's in Louisville. And so you're going to have a team that's all excited to play. You're going to have the fans, a raucous stadium. Notre Dame's in town. It's a Monday night. It's going to be the only game in town for College Football Nation to watch, so I'm going to be forced to watch it as well. And then there's probably going to be a thud of like 42-14. Probably. So that's week number 1. Although Notre Dame matched up against a lowly Purdue team about 4 or 5 years ago, and they were given a game. No, that was actually Louisville against Purdue. Anyway, let's get back to 2019. All right, Louisville does its tour of Kentucky over the next couple of weeks in September. They've got a short week to prepare for Eastern Kentucky on September 7th. So they play a late Monday night game. Then they've got a Saturday game. So they basically have 2 to 2.5 less days to prepare and rest for Eastern Kentucky. Should still be able to handle them. Then they've got an odd location. So you've got Louisville from Kentucky, of course. Western Kentucky from Kentucky, of course. Playing in Nashville on September 14th. And then the ACC opener. Yes, Notre Dame is not in the ACC. The ACC opener is the next week at Florida State, a team Louisville almost upset at home last year, but they've got to go to Tallahassee on September 21st. Then they've got a bye week before a difficult stretch of games, some decent teams and a great team in this next 4-game stretch for the Cardinals. It starts on October 5th with Boston College at home, Wake Forest on the road, Clemson, you've heard of them, and then Virginia, who may end up winning the Coastal Division. Certainly they were the best team at the end of the season, it appeared, in walloping South Carolina 28-0. Then the bye week to start off November, followed by another difficult 4-game stretch when you consider Louisville's got to go to Miami. They go to North Carolina State. They come home for Syracuse, which was the number 2 seed in the ACC last season. and then on the road to a Kentucky team that's probably not going to be as good as they were last year when they just completely annihilated Louisville. And Kentucky, this is how bad Louisville was last year. Yes, Kentucky was really good, a legit top 10 team, but it was all defense and running game with Benny Snell, and they barely beat most of the teams that they played. Mizzou by 1, Vandy by a touchdown, etc., etc. They beat Louisville 56-10. That's how bad the Cardinals were last year. Well, they've got Kentucky on the road, and the Wildcats look to not be quite as formidable, but certainly better than Louisville as it stands right here in June. So this is the third most difficult schedule in the ACC. Why? Well, you've got Notre Dame and Kentucky, so you've got two difficult Power 5 games for the Cardinals. And then out of division, so they play in the difficult Atlantic Division, the better of the two divisions. So they've got to face Clemson, Florida State, North Carolina State, Syracuse, Wake, and Boston College. There are no bad teams other than them in the division. And then in the other division, they've got Virginia and Miami, who may turn out to be the two best teams in the Coastal Division. So it's the third most difficult schedule in the ACC. It's number 25 in the nation, and our record projection for Louisville football coming up here in 2019 is a bit of an improvement. They will win one game in the ACC. They will win 3 games overall. 3-9, 1-7 for Louisville in 2019 under Scott Satterfield. Your record projection, leave it in the comment section, and your thoughts about Louisville football, the 25th most difficult schedule in college football, 3-9 in 2019. And we will be back with schedule number 24 right here at the Voice of College Football.